Hello, everyone. Today I'm delighted to be joined by AJ Blackmon. He's the CEO of IKONIC Yachts here in Miami. AJ, thank you so much for your time. You describe IKONIC as the first yachting family office advisory firm focused on people rather than vessels. How does this mindset change your approach to a sale, a purchase, or the management of a yacht compared to a traditional brokerage?
Yeah, thanks for having me, first of all. But I think the most important part is when we think about what we do at Iconic, we really consider ourselves sitting at the table beside our clients, not across the table from them. And I think, growing up in the brokerage business over the last few years, you meet certain clients where it's almost like you're fighting against them in the deal and you're representing them. And so I wanted to really think through that process and how we can really be better advisors and deliver more value to them throughout a transaction of, a yacht of 40 meters and up, and something that is probably going to be one of the more expensive line items on their monthly cash flow statements. So what we did at Iconic was really build a team of advisors, and call ourselves the first yachting family office firm because we have financial professionals that are on our team. We have really cherry picked top talent from, the technology field, the yachting industry, both on the marketing side and the operational side. Our COO has been in the business for 17 years. So when we look at what we do, we really try to take the client and slow them down and educate them on what they're actually looking for, not what they think they're looking for, and really on making sure that they understand what they're getting into. I remember on early deals where you are in the sales business and you're acting as a broker and you only get paid if the deal goes through, and there's so many crossroads of a deal where the right thing that needs to be done is usually the hardest decision that you have to make as a broker. And I think if you look back at some of our longest clients, even before Iconic started, I've talked them out of more boats than I've talked them into. And I think that's really the shift of what we do at Iconic is just truly educating them through every step of the way, making sure that they know exactly how much the yacht's going to cost, not what we want them to think it's going to cost to get the deal done, which I think is a huge miss in our industry. So again, just really providing a team of advisors and professionals that represent a family's yachting experience from ownership through charter and management is essentially what Iconic does.
Amazing. And, talking about that focus on people, you've said that the industry is shifting to a boutique client centric service. What defines that boutique model at Iconic, and what are your plans to preserve it as you continue to scale?
Yeah, I think some of the trends that we've been seeing, especially since I think I started in the actual brokerage business in 2018, but I've been in management and other areas before that. But I remember when I started, you used to want to have that big name on your shirt. You wanted to work for the most prestigious company, and that was really gets you over the first hurdle of getting a new client is they wanted to know who you worked for. And if you worked for some of the big companies, then the effort of getting their trust in business was a little easier. And of course there's people out there that still buy into that. But as the demographic of buyers gets a lot younger, they're looking for more of a lifestyle approach to their yachting, and they want to deal with one person. And they want to know that that person has a team behind them that understands what provides value to them, not from this fixed brokerage model, but more of an extension of their family office. It's something that's becoming more common, not just in yachting, but in other luxury spaces as well. And I think not only does the younger demographic speak that language, but they're understanding that their service that they get is much better. They want to have a relationship with the person that they're doing business with. And I think that's more important now than it ever has been. There was a lot of commercial relationships back in the day. I think even if you have certain clients, they're looking, they have certain commercial relationship standards that they operate by. But as we've gotten into the business since COVID, it has become more of a lifestyle component where you need to do more things than just sell them a boat. You need to be able to get them into the best slips. You need to get them into the best restaurants. You need to be able to do a lot that other brokerages just aren't built to deliver. And so I think this move back to boutique is one, some of the biggest brokers in the industry that have been doing it longer than I've been alive have started to tailor their businesses around the same model. So that is, evidence that that's what their clients are requiring. But also, it's something that we've seen time and time again where a client who really wasn't ours before, they start calling us, asking us to get them into certain areas. We do, and all of a sudden we get their business. So I think there's a huge value in cultivating this entire yachting ecosystem, and that includes everything that that yacht touches. Again, there's a lot more involved than just selling an asset. These yachts are, they're living, breathing entities, and the experience is it's indicative of that.
And your emphasis on off-market opportunities and your private aviation network is very interesting. Can you walk us through that a little bit and that approach and what makes it so valuable for ultra high net worth clients today?
Sure. So, in my previous business at Apollo Yachts, we were the first equitable partnership in aviation, private aviation. So, our sister company, parent company called Apollo Jets, we really built the model of higher volume, really focusing on the charter aspect of the business. And we did a lot of transactions and sales of boats based upon our charter activity, but it was more of a synergistic mission of, hey, these clients are flying to St. Martin over New Year's. We should reach out to them, see if they're looking for a yacht. And, 7 out of 10 of them did. So it was a very positive synergy between the two of us. And we ended up selling to VistaJet in 2022 or 2023, 2022, I think. And so, yeah, I've kept all those relationships. I left on incredible terms. IKONIC is the evolution of going against more of the higher volume, but really understanding that our business is a relationship business and it's very personal. And so we have to define who we serve best and we need to stick to that as opposed to being everything to everyone. I think there is an absolute it's something that you can't deny in yachting, that if you're not the right fit for the client, it's not going to be fun for any of you. It's not fun for us. It's not fun for them. So I think understanding that we have an exact match in who we represent, someone who really appreciates what we do, and that is really important to us. And all of our aviation relationships, they're still referring us business to this day because they understand that what we do is hyper focused and service oriented, which is really the only thing that makes or breaks in the aviation space. Is, if you go to charter a jet and you get 7 different Gulf Streams, they are a utility, but the person who provides the best service when things are great and the person who provides the best backups when things go wrong is the person who gets the business. And so I think just taking everything that we've learned over the years of both aviation and yachting, putting that into this family office atmosphere is really what gives us the edge over everybody else.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, AJ. I really appreciate your insights
Yeah,
into
no problem.
being a family office within the yachting industry. So thank you so much. We'll leave a link below for anybody that wants to connect with AJ and the team at IKONIC Yachts. And thank you everyone for watching.
Amazing. Thank you.